What's up, you crazy kids? Time for TeaDB! You know, we're getting older, so eventually it's going to be, that what's up, fellow kids, fellow children meme.
Hello, fellow kids.
So, hello, federal Generation Z.
Yes, I too TikTok in the fun time afternoon. Okay, anyway, so we are drinking some. Where are we? What do we got?
Okay,
here we go.
This is from Teas We Like. It is a
Cool
raw pour, 2004, I believe.
Okay.
And I believe it is Taiwan stored. It is a Nanqiao production, Nannuo Banpo. So it's a Nannuo tea. That's the region.
Wow. Good hug. There you go.
Yeah.
You're drinking tea. Look at the color on that too. Jeez, look at how dark. That is so compressed. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like a band. Let me show this. You can't see it. It's like a thick. Get my paws all over this.
Yeah. And take a smell of that too.
Ooh. There we go. Let's see. Oh wow, much more.
He gets something left.
I know. I didn't pull out a reindeer. I'm going in, dude. I don't go halfway. I'm in the cup.
Yeah, people were saying in the poor prison that it was a perfect film, other than the fact that when I tossed the water at you, it should have been full of leaves.
Yeah,
She got
I
leaves
didn't
all
burn
over
enough.
your face. Well, yeah, there wasn't enough steam coming off.
Yeah, sorry about
And
that.
you didn't sell the pain well enough.
Yeah. I need to text Jared Leto more. Anyway, much woodier smell. It has much more of a medicinal Chinese herb shop, medicine shop. Aroma dry has much more of a woody and aged where smell in the cup. And yeah, the materials. Wow. Yeah. Definitely looks like I could use a couple of rinses.
Yeah, we'll try this one.
Okay.
And we'll see how it is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let me smell that again.
Yeah, go for it.
I may.
Yeah, it's floral.
Yeah, I mean, in the scheme of smells, it is more floral than other stuff that I'm getting. Like, it's not fruity, it's not really roasted.
Woody?
It's definitely woody. I'd say it's more woody than floral.
Okay.
If I had to,
Let me take a smell.
to smell, but
Yeah.
look at the oils
Smells
on
pretty
that.
sweet, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the oils, though. Thank goodness.
Actually, this smells very similar to a lot of Taiwan sourced teas I've had.
Yeah. Here you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sort of like a leathery floral thing going on. Definitely woody. Yeah.
Yeah, and sweetness. The interesting because those notes are so earthy, a little medicinal, a little mushroomy, little dry leaves, a little floral, almost like a rainy day in the end of spring or something. And but the juxtaposition with those notes compared to the sweetness that you get in the front of it, which I think will diminish in the next couple of steepings, but there's just a very sweet front to this too.
Right.
It's interesting.
Are you getting any sourness or tanginess to it? I get a little bit, personally.
Not yet, at least. Not anything strong yet.
This is one of those pours that's quite aromatic. I'm pouring hot water on it and I can instantly feel it waft up. And for me, that's not necessarily every tea.
There is kind of that tomato vine tangy vitamin C thing going on. Interesting.
Yeah.
Strong. I can tell this is gonna. What's the base material?
So it's
story here?
Nannuo, which is part of Laozhai County.
Okay.
Which is usually more punchier material rather than Iwu.
Right.
But Nannuo, it's usually worked into blends, so it's not too common to see it there. But it's known for being, I don't know, kind of floral and maybe a little sour.
I feel like this base material could take aging really well. Like compared to an Iwi tea or something that's meant to be drank a little bit fresher. This being from 2004.
2004.
Yeah. Can still age. It from the first steeping. We'll see how it goes. But it's strong. Cheers. Oh, so juicy.
This one is a lot less sweet. A lot more leather and sourness to this, for me, at least.
Yeah. Texture-wise, it's interesting because there's so much richness in the flavor, but the texture is still a little bit light. It has more of that tangy juiciness, though. Interesting. Yeah, this flavor profile isn't even my most favorite, I'd say.
Okay.
But definitely like fits this kind of classic aged pu'er thing.
Yeah.
That I enjoy.
This area is in general not my favorite either, so I'm somewhat in agreement to you. I was curious to see what you would make of
It's very
this tea.
bold. It's almost coffee-like in that it has a very standalone kind of boldness to it. Not quite bitter, but intense.
And there's a nice richness to this that I do like, and the aftertaste does eventually come and sort of feel sweet after that initial sort of burst of tangy sourness.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some sweetness to this. It's nice. It's an interesting tea. I'm enjoying it. It's complex. A lot going on. But yeah, I think flavor-wise, maybe not my first choice of daily drinker flavors.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, just this sort of material that I personally think I like a little more blended in with different stuff to give it a little more different textures and stuff.
Yeah,
on its sort of standalone, I don't dislike it, but I don't know if I like it as much as I would other areas.
And the reason why you'd blend this in would be, I'm leading you here and asking, to add some punchiness and strength and potentially liven up a maybe slightly more subdued.
Right. I mean, you would be able to balance more of the profile, so you could balance a little bit more of that tangy profile with other things, so like more of a straightforward bitterness.
Right.
So it's not just like more on that sour spectrum.
Yeah.
So blending it with other things, or blending it with maybe some other Nanqiao material for more aromatics, different aromatics, more floral, something like that. So I don't know. I'm not a blending master.
It'd be so fun. Yeah, I'm just thinking about that.
But it is interesting. I mean, I think this tea is very educational because it is, I think, quite distinct.
Yeah. I think if you were someone who loved tomatoes, this would be a really tasty tea for you. It doesn't even have that much of a tomato vine flavor, but just that tanginess is strong.
You know, we've shouted out the Beet Lovers Facebook group and some aged pure for them. I hear we're quite popular over there amongst the Beet Lovers of America.
Yeah.
So the tomato, we're going after big tomato now.
Tomato! Yeah. Of course we are. We're getting them. We're all of those tomato Heinz. We're going for Heinz.
Yeah.
We're coming for you.
You've been sucking up to the Tomato Vine Association for a long time with your tomato vine note.
Tomato Vine Association.
Oh. So this one's for you. The Tomate Lovers of America.
Steeping number 3. Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, that's intense. It's like heavy in the leather.
Getting more bitter. Not like acrid, but just getting more bitter.
Yeah. For me, this definitely veers, the woodiness veers into that very leathery sort.
Right.
Okay. Gonna keep this short. I gave this a bit of a push, and I don't know that I love it. It's precious.
Very juicy. It was a heavier weight in terms of the texture, so it's interesting. I think this is the kind of tea that actually can continue to age and probably would improve with more age.
Yeah, this is one of the regions that a lot of the very old classical teas that people really love. This is supposedly blended into some of them. So I think I agree with what you're saying. That it could definitely be aged.
Yeah, nice. You can see the promise of this material too. It's interesting and tasty. I think again, if you like that kind of tanginess a little bit, I think this would be a good tea for you. Not necessarily sour. It's not tasting like curdled or anything weird like off milk. Just tangy and like a acidic pungent, vegetal, maybe a little bit tomato tang kind of a thing.
Right. And it's would you say that sort of tomato tang is not the most common pu'er flavor to encounter?
Yeah, no, I think this is what for me is fun to drink this and interesting is just as exactly. It's a little uncommon and different. So I'd say if you're an experienced pu'er drinker and you're looking to try some new flavors, this would be a great pickup actually. But maybe not with that in mind, not my favorite category of flavors to be drinking a lot of.
Right. So right, I agree.
Yeah, but
cheers.
Cheers. I like the little bit lighter. That woody, that woody like leathery. I feel like it's kind of saving grace. It's grounding the tea. I like it. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So, and can people grab this? Is this something to go?
TeaDB Like is one of those companies that's always selling out and restocking and stuff. So maybe they've had this in the past. So check their site if it sounds interesting to you.
Yeah, and there's a sweetness. This isn't just. There's an interesting complexity of flavors going on here. So I would say, if you're maybe a newer tea drinker, this might not be the most represented pu'er flavor for you.
Right.
But as someone who's maybe kind of a pu'er weirdo, this might be fun.
Yeah, I don't know how single origin or whatever this is. It's probably a bit of a blend. But one of the dangers of those teas is you can get very monotone as things age. I don't think this tea is that. My issues with this tea are more. I don't know. I don't totally care for the tomato sour profile that this gives. Yeah. So that's about where I line up here.
Cool. All right. Well, if you guys like this episode, send it to your mom if you love her or not. And TeaDB.org. Check us out. James is the tea god and has written so much content and comparisons and vendor comparisons, and it's just like if you're a nerd who likes spreadsheets, go to TeaDB.
Yeah.
And
if you're a member of the Tomato Vine Association of America, email us. We're going to something out. Sponsorship. Going after all the most lucrative sponsorships, my friend.
Coming for you, big tomato. All right.
Beat Lovers lowballed us, so I need some tough negotiation tactics with them.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Later.